All right, guys. So this is check your understanding number 4. Here we go. For which values of the variable is each radical defined? Okay, right? As a mixed radical, if possible. So first, you have to figure out whether it's going to be defined. All right, or for what values of the radical of for what values the variable the radical will be defined, and if it is. Once you have done that, you have to figure out what would be the mixed radical equivalent. Okay, if you could. Now, this one here, now take note, 45 would have a can be turned into a mixed radical. It's this one that we need to ask ourselves. So whatever that value is, okay, for A, okay, A can have any value. It could be positive, negative, or zero, all right? So in this case, A can be any real number, all right? What does that mean? So that means that if you get the square root of 45a squared, what you're going to do is you're going to be doing root of 45 times root of a squared. Now, root of 45 would be root of 9 times root of 5 times root of a squared. Now, guys, root of 9 is 3, root of 5, all right? Now, root of a squared is going to be the absolute value of a. Why? Because whatever a is, if your a is positive, what's going to come out is a positive number. If a is negative, it will still become positive because you're squaring it. So really, the final answer is, when you put them all together, 3, all right, could be 3 times the absolute value of a, root of 5. Okay, what about this one? For this one, your b should be less than or equal to 0, all right, because of this. Because it can only have a square root if the value inside would be a positive number, all right? That means that b, or sorry, here the set of all b such that b is less than or equal to 0, b is a real number. Okay, so what would that be? Um, so what we can do is negative 27 b to the ninth can be turned into this one. 9 times negative 3, all right, times b to the 8th times b, all right? As you can see, I'm splitting it up because by doing it this way, this one has a square root, this one has a square root, all right? Okay, so this one would be square root of 9 is 3, that comes out. Square root of b to the 8th is b to the 4th, that comes out. And what is left inside would be negative 3b. Okay, so um, in this case, for the next one, for letter C, you cannot turn it into a mixed radical anymore because 7 already has cannot have a fourth root. What about the z? Well, or the z, it doesn't have enough of an exponent. Now, we can only think about what would be the value of the radical such that it will be defined. Well, z has to be greater than or equal to 0, all right, in this case. Next one. All right, cube root of 24 y to the 5th. Well, what we can do is this. Split it up into factors that have cube roots, 8 and 3, because 8 has a cube root. Y to the 5th, well, let's split it up into y cubed. times y squared, because y cube has a cube root. So what comes out? The cube root of 8 is 2. That comes out. The cube root of the cube root of y cube is y. And then what's left would be the 3 and the y squared. All right. And there's your answer. All right. Oh, by the way, what should be the value of the variable so that it will be defined? Well, you can really plug in any value for y, whether it's positive, negative, or 0, because it will always have a cube root. So in this case, y is a real number. All right. And that is the end of this section. Thanks. Bye.